Does anyone know where I should? Oh, this must be the spot. I am so sorry. You'll have to excuse my confusion. I was just called in a few minutes ago as a substitute storyteller. I'm not really sure what happened. Something about the last one quitting out of the blue? Very mysterious, if you ask me. Now, let's see. They told me I'd find my stories around here somewhere. Here they are. Fairy tales, my favorite. You know, when I was little, every time I heard the phrase, once upon a time, it would just send shivers right through me, and I couldn't wait to find out what happened next. And here I am saying it to you, and you must be just as excited as I am to find out how things will work out. I just love this job already. Let's start with Cinderella, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a beautiful girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had two stepsisters who were very unkind to her. They made her do all the work. Cinderella had to sweep the floors, wash the dishes, and do the laundry, while her stepsisters relaxed on the sofa or went to grand parties.
Hold on. I don't see why everyone thinks I was forced to do the housework. I love to clean. It's absolutely invigorating. Just the thought of getting my things in order and organized just melts my stress away.
Are you Cinderella?
Of course. Can't you tell it's me by my monogram mop bucket?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I guess I should have spotted that.
First day on the job.
Yes, and I have to admit, I'm a little confused. Did you say you like to clean?
That's right. And I'm starting with this floor. It is filthy. Feel free to continue on with the story, though.
Oh, all right. So one day, a special invitation from the royal palace came in the mail. Cinderella and her two stepsisters were invited to a ball to celebrate the birthday of a prince. He was the most handsome fellow in all the land.
Huh? Ugh. He isn't much to look at if you ask me. His hair is untidy, he always has dirt under his fingernails, and I know for a fact that he does not make his bed. The royal maids told me so.
But he's a prince. He shouldn't have to make his own bed.
Well, maybe if he wasn't also busy, acting like he was Prince Charming or something, he would have time to fold his underwear properly and put it away. I hear he leaves them draped all over the place.
Really?
Oh yeah, and you want to know what else?
What's that?
I don't care to step one big toe in the royal palace. The floors are polished once a year. Mantelpiece is dusted once a month. The kitchen ovens are a blackened mess. And, hey, what are you doing?
I'm trying to look for a new fairy tale because this one doesn't seem very accurate.
Well, I agree with you there, but hey, you're making a mess. These books need to stay in order. You can keep them arranged by size or alphabetically. Oh, how about by the color of the spine?
I think we're getting a little off track here.
You're right. You keep reading the story, and I'll just type it.
All right, I'll give this another try.
Absolutely. Go on. Go on.
So, Cinderella's two stepsisters went off to the ball, and Cinderella was left to scrub the bathroom, which was one of her very favorite things to do. No sooner had she begun to polish the potty than her fairy godmother appeared. She gave Cinderella a beautiful gown
that desperately needed to be dry cleaned.
And a carriage
that had the grimiest wheels you ever saw.
And told her she mustn't stay past midnight at the ball.
Which I never wanted to go to in the first place.
Oh, what? Okay, this isn't working out. Maybe I really should move on to another fairy tale.
Oh, no you don't. Not until I've had a chance to tackle this wall. Just look at it. It's been vandalized.
Some people consider graffiti to be its own unique form of art.
Well, those people must be absolute slobs, because I would never consider this to be anything but a complete mess.
Well, I don't want to spend time arguing. How about I start another story, and you feel free and go...
Organize my spice rack?
Yes, that would be a good idea.
All right, so I can leave you here and count on things getting cleaned up by the time you're done?
Absolutely.
All right. Good luck with the new storyteller job and all. Oh, but wait. Should I leave one of my scrappers with you?
Thanks, but I don't think I'll need it.
It's gonna be a big job to clean up without it, but okay. I'm off then. Ooh, maybe I'll have time to clean my tub with a toothbrush.
Well now, I never expected Cinderella to be a clean freak, but I guess I shouldn't make too many assumptions about the stars of these fairy tales. Let's try another story, shall we? Rapunzel. Once upon a time, I still do like the sound of that. There was an evil enchantress who had a daughter named Rapunzel.
Hold on right there, Miss Storyteller, because I know the perfect person to play the evil enchantress. My ex-friend, Rachel. That's right, my ex-friend. Can you believe it? She calls me up the other day and tells me she asked out Prince Frederick, who she knows I've had a crush on since our first day at the Royal Academy.
Rapunzel?
Duh.
Well, I'm sorry about your ex-friend, but so far, would you have any corrections to make to your fairy tale? Anything amiss?
No,
Oh, good. May I continue?
I guess.
Unable to have children, the evil enchantress had taken Rapunzel from a poor old couple when she was just a baby.
Well, that sounds about right. I could totally see Rachel doing something like that.
And Rapunzel grew into a beautiful young woman.
So far, you're reading it perfectly.
Since Rapunzel was so attractive, the evil enchantress locked her away in a tower with no stairs or door, so there wasn't any chance a prince could steal her away.
Oh, I hate this part. I'm stuck up there in that stinky old tower, and there's no one returning my calls, and it's just so boring. By the way, when's lunch? I was told this was going to be catered, and I'm famished.
Well, I hadn't heard anything about a lunch break.
Aren't you in charge around here?
Not really. I was just called in as a substitute storyteller.
So, you have no real authority then?
I wouldn't say that. I'm doing the narrating.
Let me talk to your boss.
I'm not sure who that would be.
I want to speak with the ones who make the important decisions around here. The one who does the hiring and the firing.
Rapunzel, please. If I've offended you somehow, I'm sorry. It's my first day on the job.
Fine. Continue with my story.
Oh yes, of course. But at the top of the tower, there's a tiny window where the extremely beautiful and multi-talented princess could look over the countryside.
That is one thing the real estate agent was right about. It did have a lovely view.
When the evil enchantress wanted to check on Rapunzel at the top of the tower, she would cry, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair!"
And can you believe that? They actually slipped that clause into my contract, that I had to let someone climb my hair. I can't imagine why I couldn't have had a hair double or something. The things I do for business.
That's terrible.
Well, go on. Go on.
So, Rapunzel let her long hair down for the evil enchantress to climb
You know
on.
what? Let me just summarize this next part for you.
Oh, right.
Well, first of all, I'll have you know, it was just a couple of days and I was so sick of having to repeat the scene where my hair is getting ripped out of my scalp. Then I walked off set. I mean, really? If they expect me to just stand around for that sort of torture, they better be prepared to offer me a much bigger share of the royalties.
Of course.
Then they hired this little pipsqueak to play the prince, who's supposed to be riding through the forest and then stopping at the bottom of my tower when he hears me singing. Well, the wimp can't even stay on the horse! He keeps falling off, and we have to keep restarting the scene. You can't imagine what that did to my singing voice.
That's awful.
Then he finally gets to the top of the tower, tearing my hair out in the process, mind you. And he starts to speak, causing me to about to keel over.
What was the matter?
Let's just say, the guy really needed some Tic Tacs.
No!
Yes, and they expected me to kiss him.
No!
Yes, and when I refused to pucker up, this pathetic excuse for a prince just sat at the bottom of my tower for the next 3 days, waiting for me to change my mind. My word, it felt like he was stalking me.
That's quite a story.
And that's the end.
That's the end?
Duh.
We're done?
Yes, I'd say our business is finished here. I need some time to call Rachel back and give her a piece of my mind. But I tell you what, I love my people, call your people, and we'll do lunch. Ta-ta!
Well, now, I never expected Cinderella. Well, I didn't know that working with fairy tale superstars would be so challenging. Maybe it would help if I tried a story with a larger cast and no divas. The Three Little Pigs. I doubt I'll have any trouble with this one. Once upon a time, there was an old mother pig who had 3 little pigs. Since she couldn't afford to keep them at home, she sent them off to seek their fortunes. The first little pig set off and met a man with a bundle of straw.
Oh boy, I keep telling them I'm allergic to straw.
Really? You have hay fever?
Definitely. If I get within a mile of a stalk of straw, my eyes get itchy. I start to sneeze, and I can't breathe.
That's sad, huh?
Yeah, but that's the breaks. You can keep reading. I'm pretty sure I brought my antihistamines with me today.
All right, I'll try to read this part really quickly. So, the first little pig asked the man for some straw, and so the man gave the first little pig some straw. Achoo! And the first little pig built a house. Presently, a wolf came along, knocked on the door, and said,
"Ah, little pig, let me come in."
to which the pig replied,
Docked by the hair by Chitty Chin Chin. Hey, what is a Chitty Chin Chin anyway? Could it be the symptom of a serious disease? Because with my weakened immune system, I can't afford to catch anything.
Why, my dear fellow, I never even considered what chinny chin chin might be. I do know all this huffing and puffing has taken a dreadful toll on my asthma.
Really? I didn't know you had asthma. And you still wanted to be cast as a big bad wolf?
It's the role I was born to play, and I'm willing to suffer for my art.
May I continue?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, yes, certainly.
So, the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down?
Sorry, old chum.
That's all right. At least I'll be put out of my misery.
I guess I'd better move on to the second little pig.
The show must go on.
The second little pig was busy building a house of sticks.
Please tell me why I'm always stuck with the heaviest props. My back is killing me.
And when she needed more sticks, she asked the stick merchant,
Please give me the lightest sticks out of the pile so I can build a house.
"That's not what it says here."
I'm ad-libbing. I'm not spending another $300 at the chiropractor this month.
Well, I suppose that detail won't matter so much to the story. Then, along came the wolf, who said,
Rah! Little pig, let me come in.
Not let me hear my chinny chin chin. Not unless you're willing to come in and help me lift these heavy sticks into place.
"Hey, that's not what's written here. That would definitely change the story if you invited the wolf in."
Okay. Let him huff and puff and blow the house down. So I can go lie on a heating pad.
Well, you could just go and we'll skip over this part.
Thanks. I feel another spasm coming on.
Cheerio, good fellow, just as well. My cholesterol counts up and my doctor tells me I need to cut down on the bacon.
I see. But we still have to do the third little pig.
Oh, yes, fine.
So, the third little pig went off to seek his fortune and met a man with a pile of bricks. He asked the man if he could use them to build a house.
I can't possibly build anything right now. I'm so depressed.
Oh, my.
I can't sleep. I can't eat. And I'm certainly not going to tackle a large-scale creative project. Besides, my therapy session starts in about 15 minutes.
What do we do now?
Quite simple, good storyteller. The pigs and I will just take our vows.
I suppose that's all we can do at this point.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, let's see. Oh, bother. Maybe that fairy tale should be called The Three Hypochondriacs and the Big Bad Actor. Well, no matter. I'd better just move on. I never thought working with fairy tale people would be so challenging. There are more. I'm not throwing in the towel. There are more stories here, and I think it's time for me to read my very favorite. I might have even had a little crush on the main character. So, I'm gonna read Jack and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Jack who lived with his mother. He was a very handsome young man. Jack's mother knew he was the sweetest most charming boy who ever lived. Jack was helpful and kind and always made sure his mother had everything she needed.
In other words, she's driving me crazy.
Jack?
Yeah, what do you want?
Nothing. I just thought...
Thought what, huh? Thought I like living with my mother? Are you kidding me? She's so bossy. She makes me milk the cow, feed the goats, repair the fence, clip her toenails. I'm always running around doing some stupid chore. I don't even have my own car. Start my own fairy tale.
Oh, Jack, surely you don't mind doing all those things for your mother? It's clear from the story. You're so helpful and kind and sweet.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, I saw your interview and I thought you were so funny when he asked you about...
You sure do talk a lot for a storyteller. Why don't you just read the story? That's your job, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Of course. But, can I mention one more thing? I have a poster of you in my room. Maybe if I brought it in, you could sign it?
Sure, kid.
Okay, back to your story. One day, Jack went off to the market to sell the family's cow. And on the way, he met a farmer.
Yeah, everyone knows this part. I give the farmer a stinky cow, he gives you some magical beans, yada yada. Mom throws a conniption fit, throws the beans out the window, yada yada, stupid beanstalk grows.
That reaches up to the sky, and you bravely decide to climb.
Yeah, I climb all the way up there, and all I see is this dumb giant living in a stupid castle.
And then you see a way to save your mother and yourself from poverty.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. I started stealing stuff right out from under that giant's big ugly nose. That was pretty cool.
Yes, but it was for a good cause.
You bet, I'm buying a Ferrari.
That's what you're doing? You got from selling the magical harp and the hen that laid golden eggs?
Yep, it's only a matter of time, and I finally have my own set of wheels.
And what about your mother?
What about her?
Don't you intend to spend some of the money on her?
Are you kidding? She's on her own.
So, let me get this straight. You still have at home. You sold a cow for some mysterious beans. You stole $100 items without any remorse. And you intend to leave your own mother penniless to fend for herself?
Yeah, got a problem?
Yeah, a big one. I don't like you anymore.
Oh, boo-hoo. Get over it, sweetheart.
You're just not very nice.
Nice? Who says I can be nice? I'm a star.
Well, I plan on telling everyone what you're really like, because you're certainly not the sweet, helpful, kind young man who's in Jack and the Beanstalk.
Hey now.
I'm sure there are plenty of directors who would like to know about your bad attitude, and I know the local authorities would like to know about the things you've stolen, and I know for a fact that there are many parents who would never want to read a story to their child about a selfish thief who couldn't care less about his own mother.
Hold on.
And one more thing.
What?
I'm taking your poster down.
Ah, now, why would you go and do a thing like that?
You need to clean up your act, or I'll make sure you never find work in this town again.
Okay. I'll replace the cow,
And,
I'll return the items I stole off that stupid giant,
and, what was that?
I'll be nice to Mom.
Well, no, that's a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
I can't believe some fairy tale characters aren't nearly as charming as they're cracked up to be. I can't believe I had a poster of that creep. Not to mention a notebook with his picture on it. And, oh, never mind. let's move on. So, I'm going to read The Princess and the Pea. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the pea wasn't a pea, but instead a turnip or something. Once upon a time, there was a king and a queen who had a son who was ready for marriage. Since he was a prince, he needed to marry a true princess. But true princesses were very hard to find. The king and the queen looked everywhere.
Now, what was I looking for again?
What was it we were looking for?
A princess.
Really? Is that how the story goes? I'd forgotten.
And all this time I thought we were looking for someone's contact.
No, you're both looking for a princess.
All right then, let's find a princess.
Yes, let's.
Don't you remember you invited lots of princesses to come to your castle?
Did we? It can't be that hard to find if we've just asked a bunch over.
A party? I love parties! Oh no, my crown.
No, it's not a party you're having. You've come up with a test to determine who is a true princess.
We have?
Ooh, games! I love games!
Yes, I guess it's sort of a game. You stack up a bunch of mattresses and place a pea beneath them. And then the princesses take turns sleeping on them.
So, you're saying we need a stack of mattresses and a pea?
That's right.
Well, where in heaven are we gonna find a pea?
Ooh, maybe there's one around here. Let's look.
I think you should answer the door.
Who could that be?
Yeah, who could that be? We weren't expecting anyone.
You're expecting princesses, remember?
Oh, yes, that's right.
Shall I get the door?
That would be a good idea. Is there something wrong?
Yes. I forgot my line.
You're supposed to announce that you're a princess.
Oh, of course. I'm a princess.
That's nice, dear.
Who is it at the door, my darling?
It's a princess.
Really? What does she want?
What do you want?
What do I want?
You're there to sleep on a pile of mattresses.
Okay. I'm here to sleep on a pile of mattresses.
That's lovely, dear.
But, darling, we haven't found that pea yet.
Oh, yes. You're going to have to wait until we find the pea that's supposed to go.
Hey, wait! You're not supposed to tell her about the pea.
I'm not.
No, that's the point. She can't be a true princess unless she complains the next morning about feeling a lump under all those mattresses.
From a pea? You can't be serious.
So she can't be a true princess unless she's fussy and whiny and oversensitive. That is a poor message to send out to little girls.
I never thought of it like that. What's the point of this fairy tale?
Beats me.
I have the slightest idea.
I'm confused too. Should I go to sleep or wait for them to find a pea?
I think we better just stop here. You can all go.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
You're telling me. I didn't have a clue what was going on from the beginning.
Oh, my dear. You're not the only one.
When you really start to think about some of these fairy tales, they're rather strange, aren't they? I mean, talking homeless pigs and children being shoved into ovens? They don't really make a lot of sense. And I've always been really confused about this next one. Little Red Riding Hood. How could a little girl possibly mistake a wolf for her own grandmother?
It's quite simple, really.
Little Red Riding Hood?
I prefer Ms. Hood.
Well, Miss Hood, did you say you could explain your fairy tale?
Of course, I'd be happy to set up a meeting to go over the plot with you. But for now, shall we begin?
Oh, yes, of course. Now, once upon a time, there was a little girl named Little Red Miss Hood. One day, Miss Hood was walking through the forest to go visit her grandmother.
Oh, no, I can't possibly squeeze that visit in until next week. Shall I schedule it for Tuesday?
You're sure you can't visit your grandmother today?
No, I have to be in court later today to defend a witch against trials of attempted murder.
You're a lawyer?
I prefer criminal defense attorney.
I see.
I need to take this call. Miss Hood speaking? Yes, well, I'll have to speak with my client. But frankly, we are not interested in a plea bargain. No, that's fine. Goodbye.
Something wrong?
Oh, nothing I haven't dealt with before. Fairy tale law enforcement believes my client, the wolf, may have some information they need. They've offered him a lighter sentence if he chooses to snitch on the witch.
I thought you were defending a witch.
No, that's today. This call was about a different case. The wolf is from my own fairy tale.
You're defending the wolf that ate your grandmother?
There is absolutely no evidence to prove such a charge.
So your grandmother is alive and well.
That information is confidential.
And the wolf has information about the witch from Hansel and Gretel.
No. Wrong witch. They're interested in the witch from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I'm confused.
It's quite simple, really.
That's exactly what you said about your own fairy tale. But I still don't understand how a little girl could possibly mistake a wolf for her own grandmother.
Objection. There is absolutely no solid evidence to prove that the wolf was in grandmother's bed wearing her nightgown at the time of the incident.
That's how the story goes.
Yes, but I intend to remind the jury that the bedroom was dark. The bed was positioned in the far corner of the room. Grandmother was known to have a very deep voice, unusually large ears, and might I add, quite a bit of facial hair.
So you believe you can prove the wolf's innocence?
For $400 an hour? Absolutely.
But isn't there a conflict of interest since you're Little Red Riding Hood and you're in the story?
It's Ms. Hood, and there is no fairy tale law which prohibits me from defending to which someone I am acquainted. And I'm under no obligation to take a stand against my own client.
Then the wolf will surely be found innocent.
And another fairy tale villain will be exonerated.
Frankly, I'm confused about all the legal ins and outs here.
It's quite simple, really. I need to take this call.
By all means.
Yes, Miss Hood speaking. Did he stay in the pond the entire time? Did he threaten her in any way? Then yes, of course I'll take the case. Yes, that's fine. Goodbye.
Let me guess. The Frog Prince wants you to defend him against harassment charges.
Excellent, Nation.
So we don't have time to continue on with this story, do we?
No, but here's my card. If you're ever in need of a great lawyer, give me a call.
call her. I wouldn't think, as the storyteller, I would get into any sort of legal trouble, but I guess you never know.
Hey, who are you?
I'm the storyteller.
No, you're not.
I doubt it.
You don't look like the storyteller. You don't act like the storyteller.
Well, that's because I'm a substitute.
Is that right?
I don't like substitutes!
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but what are your names?
Well, I'm Grumpy, and this here is Sleepy. That one yawning over there, that's Sneezy. Dopey's the one with the glasses, and this is Bashful and Doc.
And who am I?
You're happy, of course.
Of course.
Somehow I don't believe you're telling me the truth. Besides, those are the Disney names for the dwarfs. They weren't in the original story that I'm trying to tell today.
Now, why would I go and lie to you?
I don't know, maybe because I'm a substitute?
Oh, now who would take advantage of a substitute? It's just not right.
Well, maybe I should start with your story. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. That was sort of the names.
Right. But hey, what's your hurry, sub? The last storyteller let us have a 2-hour break before the story started. Isn't that right, fellas?
What? Somehow I don't believe that either.
Well, I hope you know a good lawyer, because if we don't get our break, I could report you to the FTAU.
The FTAU?
The Fairy Tale Actors Union.
Well, it just so happens I do. But for heaven's sake, take your break. And then we should definitely get started.
Hey, wait a minute. After a break, it's snack time.
Snack time?
That's right. The last storyteller would bring in all kinds of treats. Hey, fellas, what do you want for snack today? I'm thinking about some banana cream pie.
Sounds good to me.
Vanilla pudding, please.
Popcorn with extra butter. Too much sugar for me. I'd like celery sticks with peanut butter.
Cheese and crackers, please.
I don't want a snack, I want lunch.
Well, it's hard for me to believe that after a 2-hour break, I have to provide you with pies and puddings and peanut butter?
Well, believe it. And then it's nap time.
What?
Yeah, then we get nap time. It's right there in our contracts.
Sounds good to me.
Lovely.
All this sneezing is wearing me out.
They say a mid-afternoon nap is the key to a good health.
99.
I'm not tired.
Floor, get up this minute.
Snow White?
Yes, I'm Snow White. Are you a substitute storyteller?
Yeah.
Well, let me give you some advice. These dwarves need a firm hand. They need discipline. They need to know who's boss. Especially this one.
You mean Grumpy?
You didn't fall for that, did you? This is Happy, who's always very happy to see how much mischief she can get into.
I'm not surprised to hear that.
So sorry. You need to set boundaries, storyteller, and stick to them. Don't fall for any shenanigans. These dwarves will walk all over you like a bath mat if they sense any wishy-washiness on your part.
I see.
Well, that's enough for today. I'll march them right home, put them to work, and you can try again tomorrow.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You're quite welcome.
I'm suddenly feeling stack is getting smaller. They're gonna fire me for sure. Well, I have to give this one last effort. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Goldilocks who loved to wander through the forest.
Do I have to?
Do you have to what?
Wander through the forest. It'll be dark soon, and there are very scary things in there. I'm just filling in for a friend today, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
You'll be fine. You're just going to the house of the 3 bears.
3 bears?
It's okay. It's okay. They're not home.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep reading now. When Goldilocks reached the house of the 3 bears, she walked inside and spotted 3 chairs. She climbed up into Papa Bear's chair, which was extremely tall.
Oh no.
What?
I'm afraid of heights.
It wasn't that high.
But I already feel dizzy and nauseous just thinking about it.
Let's move on to the next chair.
Okay.
Goldilocks then sat in Mama Bear's chair, which was too soft.
Oh, that's no good. I get lost in villa furniture like that. It's so hard to get up once you sat down.
Maybe, but there's nothing to worry about because then you sat in Baby Bear's chair, which was just right until you busted it.
Was I hurt?
Oh no, you're fine. You just picked yourself up, brushed yourself off. You're fine.
Okay.
Then Goldilocks saw 3 bowls of porridge on the kitchen table. She tried a spoonful of Baby Bear's porridge, of Papa Bear's porridge, but it was too hot.
Did I burn my tongue?
No. Don't worry. Then she tried a spoonful of Mama Bear's porridge, but it was too cold.
Oh, well, this is all right.
See, you can handle this. Then she tried a spoonful of Baby Bear's porridge, and it was just right.
Hey, this is all right. Nothing really awful has happened so far.
You're right, and I just may be able to finish a fairy tale for the first time today. Are you ready? Can I keep going?
Oh, yes, I'm fine.
Great. Then Goldilocks went into the bedroom where she saw 3 beds.
I bet I know what happens.
She laid on Papa Bear's bed,
But it was too hard.
she laid on Mama Bear's bed.
But it was too soft.
Right. Finally, she laid on Baby Bear's bed, and it was just right. Okay, Goldilocks, work with me here. You're doing great, and I'm almost done. If I can just get through this last part, then I can. I can't believe it.
Was it something I said? Did I come in too late?
I was this close.
Huh?
The end was in sight. It was 1 page away.
Are you the storyteller?
Yes. I'm sorry to say that I'm the storyteller.
Yeah, if as the storyteller, you promised me you'd have this place cleaned up by the time you were done. And look at the wall. It's still filthy.
Yeah. And I just spoke with Rachel, and she told me she hasn't heard from you about the role of evil enchantress. I'll have you know, Rachel's my best friend again and a wonderful actress. And if I have to threaten someone around here for her to get that part, I will.
I've got some homeowner's insurance claims to make, and I'm not sure where to send the paperwork.
Yeah, me too. Me 3.
Pardon me, but did somebody mention something about paperwork? Is it regard to the Tony nomination this year? Because I feel very confident about my performance.
Hey, buddy. Confidence? Traveling with a sword.
No, Hansel. Confidence is traveling with a fabulous pair of shoes.
Hey, storyteller, I just told my mother I'm moving out and she started crying. Now what am I supposed to do?
Why is everyone gathered up like this? Is this a celebration? I love celebrations. Well, I'm here, but
don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Storyteller, what's my line?
More importantly, when are these dwarves serving detention? I know they deserve it.
Has anyone seen a cell phone around here? Mine's missing and I'm doing court in 20 minutes. Storyteller? Storyteller?
Is there something wrong, dear?
Yes, there's something wrong. I just heard so much whining and complaining and forgetting.
Do you need some legal counsel?
Or the advice of a therapist?
How about some chocolate? I always keep some on me.
You didn't tell me you had chocolate when we were starving in the woods.
Not an emergency.
Is everything okay?
No, everything is not okay. I don't have what it takes to do this job. I just need to quit.
Oh no, why would you want to do a thing like that? You're the best storyteller we've ever had.
Absolutely top notch.
What? Really?
Definitely. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be some lazy bum mooching off my mom.
And you did read these books fairly neatly. And you helped the king and I remember our story. And you helped me to be brave.
Well, I guess I did do all of that. This job is just not what I expected.
Well, dear, nothing ever is.
I think that as storyteller, you've been very professional.
And understanding.
And flexible. And kind. I think with some practice, you'll have what it takes to keep everyone in line.
Rapunzel, don't you have something to say to our dear, sweet storyteller? Oh, I suppose the storyteller doesn't deserve to be fired today.
I guess I can stay.
You have to stay. You're the fourth storyteller we've had this month, and all this turnover is killing us.
You really think I can do this?
Absolutely!
Well, maybe if I had some sort of assurance that we're working together here. If I knew that I started these fairy tales, there was a chance I could actually reach the end. That there'd be a conclusion, a resolution, a wrapping up of things. I would really like to know what happened after Once Upon a Time.
It's quite simple, really.
Really?
They all lived happily ever after.
Duh.
Of course.